Hello friends, welcome again in the learning tour classes. Friends, we'll continue our discussion on previous year question paper which are asked in UPPCS Prelims examination. So first one, match list 1 with list 2. List 1, theory of population, and list 2 contains propounder of theories. The optimum population theory suggests there is an ideal population size for a country or a region which when combined with the existing resources yield the maximum per capita income or income welfare. So this is propounded by Edwin Kennan. Edwin Kennan. The second one, the social maladjustment theory, that is given by Henry George, who proposed in his work that societal problems and inequalities not natural factors, and they are the primary cause of human struggle. So these are societal problems and inequalities, they are the primary cause of human struggle. Third one, the demographic transition theory, that explains how birth rates and death rates change over the time as a society develops economically and socially. So that leads to the distinct population patterns, and this theory is given by Thompson. The last one, the primary theory on population and food supply relationship. So this is given by the Malthus, which states that population grows geometrically while food supply increases arithmetically, leading to eventual famine unless checked like positive war or famine disease, or preventive like moral restraint or late marriages that measures control the population growth. So Malthus said that the population grows geometrically. So one pattern I am showing you: 2, 4, then 8, then 16. So you can see there is a common multiplier. So this is geometric progression. And one example of arithmetic progression is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see there is a common increment, that is plus 1. So here in geometric we have common multiplier, and in arithmetic progression we have common addition. Next one, the role of human resources in economic development. Which of the following statements are correct? So role of human resource in economic development: effects on economic development on population growth, correct. Effects of population growth in economic development, correct. So economic development, that is interrelated with population growth. So both affects each other. So both 1 and 2 are correct here. Next one, when was the census work done for the first time in India? So history of census is like that. In 1872 AD, the first census was done in India under the rule of Lord Mayo. The first official census in India was done in 1881 AD, and this was under the Lord Ripon. So this official census, it was called the first synchronized census. This was the first synchronized census. Since 1901, it has been taking place every decade. So after 1901, population, I mean census, is happening after every 10 years. So 1911, then 1921, like that. So here option D, in the year 1881, this is the official census conducted first time in India. Who authored the book The Challenge of World Poverty? So this is authored by Gunnar Myrdal. Gunnar Myrdal. You can see the book here. Next one, which one of the following is the main objective of Janani Suraksha Yojana? Janani Suraksha Yojana launched in 2005. Janani Suraksha Yojana is a maternity protection program under the National Health Mission aimed at promoting institutional delivery among poor pregnant women and reducing maternal and neonatal mortality. Under this scheme, eligible women are provided cash assistance for institutional delivery and accredited social health activist, that is ASHA activist. They also get incentive for institutional delivery. So in broad term, the main objectives of this scheme is promoting institutional delivery for poor pregnant women, reducing maternal and infant mortality rates, promoting postpartum care through cash assistance. So if we see the options given, which of the following is the main objective? So what is the main objective here? Reducing in maternal mortality rate only, not only. So this is wrong. Reduction in neonatal mortality rate only. So only option is wrong. Reduction in infant mortality rate only. Yeah, this only are wrong because it's contain all the options. Reduction in maternal and neonatal mortality rate. Yes, this is correct. So we'll go with the D. Next one. By which year the target of population stability has been fixed in India? India's National Population Policy 2000 initially set the target for population stability by the year 2045. However, the goalposts have been moved and the Union Health Ministry now projects that the population stabilization will be achieved by 2070. So according to current situation, it is option B, year 2070. Next one, which of the following is are the types of poverty? The four common types of poverty are absolute, relative, situational, and generational. Absolute poverty is the lack of basic necessities. Relative poverty is being poor compared to the average standard of living. And situational poverty is the temporary and due to a specific event. And generational poverty is the long-term condition passed down through families. So according to the explanation, absolute and relative are correct here. Option A is correct. Next one, which of the following scheme year is not correctly matched? Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana 2014 correct. Rural Housing Interest Subsidy Scheme 2017 correct. Syama Prasad Mukherjee Urban Mission 2015 no, this was launched in 2016, so this is not correct. Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana 2014 correct. So since C is not correct, so C is our answer. Next one, which of the following scheme program is not the central government program and it is under the Uttar Pradesh program, Uttar Pradesh government's program. The Ganga Expressway is a major under construction 594 kilometer 6-lane expressway in Uttar Pradesh, India connecting Meerut to Prayagraj. So this is Ganga Expressway. This is the Uttar Pradesh government's program. Who has written the book From Dependence to Self-Reliance? So it is Bimal Jalan, From Dependence to Self-Reliance. So he has been the governor of RBI. So he has written this book, From Dependence to Self-Reliance. Next one, World Social Protection Report. This is published by International Labour Organization. International Labour Organization. So option C is correct here. Next one, in which year midday meal scheme renamed as PM Poshan scheme? The Indian midday meal scheme was rebranded and changed to the Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman PM Poshan scheme in September 2021. September 2021 to provide a hot cooked meal to children in government and government aided schools. So this is from pre primary Balavatika to 8th class to 8th class. So option D is correct here. So this is renamed in 2021. Which of the following watershed development project is sponsored by the central government of India, which aims at enabling the rural population to conserve the water? So this is Haryali Yojana. Haryali Yojana. Option C is correct here. Next one, LBS is one of the economic measures taken by the government of India for financial inclusion. What is LBS is in this context? So LBS, lead banking system or lead bank system, launched by the RBI in 1969 and is a framework for coordinating banking and government development activities at the district level in India to promote financial inclusion and rural development. So LBS is lead banking scheme. B is correct here. Next one, we have to match list 1 with list 2. List 1 contain the person name, list 2 contain the concerned with. So person related with what? MS Swaminathan. So he is related with the Green Revolution. LK Jha. LK Jha is regarded as the economic administration reform. Varghese Kurian. Varghese Kurian, we all know that he is related with milk production. Moraji Desai, under his tenure, under his prime ministerial tenure, social control of banks that happened. So in this way, option C is correct here. Next one, poverty is regarded as a social problem, which was the outcome of a survey research on poverty in London. So who was the scholar of this research? It was Charles Booth. Charles Booth. Next one, we have to match list 1 with list 2, Yojana in list 1 and launching year in list 2. National Rural Health Mission. It is launched in 2005. National Social Assistant Program. So this launched in 1995. Swर्ण Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana. So this came in 1999. Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana. This came in 2001. 2001. So in this way, option B is correct here. Next question. T. Malthus propounded one of the most famous theories called Malthusian theory, which is related to, so Malthusian theory is related to population. So we have seen earlier that he propounded that the population grows geometrically while food production increases arithmetically. So we have seen this graph. So here we have this is the food production with the time, and this is something population growth. So once population growth cross the food production requirement of the food production, it is the point of the war or famine, and then the population started decline. So there is a check and balance. Next one, which one of the following is not a sustainable development goal SDG target to be achieved by 2030? So we have seen the sustainable development goals SDG. So first is no poverty, second is zero hunger, third is good health and well-being, fourth is quality education, fifth is gender equality, sixth is clean water and sanitation, seventh affordable and clean energy, eighth decent work and economic growth, ninth industry innovation and infrastructure, 10th reduce inequalities, 11th sustainable cities and communities, 12th responsible consumption and production, 30th 13th climate action, 14th life below water, 15th life on the land, 16th peace and justice, strong institutions, 17th 17th is partnership for the goals. So if we see that in the options given, quality education is SDG 4, gender equality is SDG 5, zero hunger is SDG second. Space research is not there, so this will be our answer. Next one, which of the following statements are correct about Make in India program? So first statement, Make in India program was launched in year 2014. Yes, this is correct. It aims at encouraging companies for manufacturing in India and facilitating investment. Yes, this is also correct. So B's option is correct, both A and B. Make in India, a flagship initiative launched by Government of the India on September 25th, 2014, aimed at transforming India into a global manufacturing hub. Its primary objectives include boosting investments, fostering innovation, enhancing skill development, and building world-class infrastructure. So option B is correct here. 1 and 2 statements, both statements are correct. Next one, the idea of urbanization was elaborated by which one of the following sociologists? Urbanization is the idea that is propounded by the G.S. Gure. G.S. Gure, he has propounded this idea of urbanization. Urbanization is the concept of incorporating green space, particularly agricultural space, into cities. It aims to increase food supply, absorb excess rainwater, and reduce carbon emission. This term can also refer to influence of rural living on urban areas or urbanization of rural life. So this is the combination of rural and urban lifestyle. Next one, which one of the following is the target group under the Pradhan Mantri Swanidhi scheme? The Pradhan Mantri Street Vendor Atmanirbhar Nidhi or PM Swanidhi. PM Swanidhi is a microcredit scheme launched by the Government of India on June 1st, 2020. So the target group is street vendors. Street vendors. Now we have to match list 1 with list 2. List 1 contain the revolution and list 2 is the related field. Golden revolution. If we see out of the given options, it is related with the horticulture and honey. Grey revolution related with the fertilizers. Yellow revolution, this is related with the oil and oil seed oil seed production. Black revolution is related with the petroleum product. So hence option A is correct. Golden revolution, horticulture and honey. Grey revolution is related with the fertilizer. Yellow revolution related with the oil seed production. Black revolution is related with the petroleum production. Next one, United Nations Development Programme UNDP has identified following categories of poverty. Which one is correct? UNDP has identified two categories of poverty which are explained below. So we see that they are income poverty, which arises due to the lack of necessities of material well-being. So this is the income poverty. Human poverty is the denial of opportunity for living a decent standard of life. So this is the human poverty and this is the income poverty. So both income poverty and human poverty is recognized by UNDP. So option C is correct here, both A and B. Now, with reference to the Commonwealth Games scheduled in 2022 and 2026, which of the following statement is are correct? So this is the old news, but what is new we'll see here. The 2026 Commonwealth Games, officially known as 23rd 23rd Commonwealth Games and Glasgow 2006 is planned multi-sport event scheduled from 23rd July to 2nd August 2006 in Glasgow, Scotland. So this Commonwealth Game 2026 will happen where? Glasgow, Scotland. Earlier, it was decided to be hosted by the Australia in Victoria City, but they have withdrew with this, and now the it will be hosted in Glasgow, Scotland. Next question is, consider the following statements about farm subsidies in India. The input subsidies in India, such as on fertilizers, fall under indirect farm subsidies. Let's see what is direct or indirect farm subsidies. Direct, it is related with the direct cash payment or income support or income support. Indirect is like subsidized subsidized rate for agriculture inputs like fertilizers, water, electricity. So the input subsidies in India, such as on fertilizers, fall under indirect farm subsidies. This is correct. Reduction in power and irrigation bill offer to farmer fall under the direct farm subsidies. This is something confusing. We'll see at the end. It seems like indirect, but we see. Third one, the agriculture provision of WTO organization, World Trade Organization, though allow direct farm subsidies, prohibit indirect subsidies. No, WTO prohibit WTO prohibits all kind of subsidies which distort the trade market, which distort the trade market. So it can be direct or indirect. Fourth one, all subsidies provided by the government of India fall under the indirect subsidies. No. So government of India provides direct as well as indirect subsidies. So here, if we see that 3 and 4 are wrong, so only one option we are having, that is D. 1 and 2 is correct. So 2 is correct here, but this seems like indirect subsidies. So better to leave this kind of questions, but if you are sure that 3 and 4 are incorrect, so only one option you are having, that is D. So go for the best option. Go for the best option. Next one, which of the following institutions office bring out the wholesale price index WPI data in India? So it is the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, MOCI. WPI data is published by Office of Economic Advisor, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So base year for current WPI is 2011-12. So this is something, it reflects changes in the average wholesale price for goods sold in bulk. So this is something between producer to wholesaler, producer to wholesaler. Now what is CPI, Consumer Price Index? CPI data is published by National Statistical Office, NSO, which comes under the MOSPI, Ministry of Statistical and Program Implementation. So the base year for this CPI is also 2011 to 12, and this is something between retailer to consumer, and it includes goods as well as services. The CPI, Consumer Price Index, is a statistics used to assess changes in the average price level of goods and services purchased by household over time. So this is the difference between WPI and CPI. Next one, which of the following cities, countries, first Indian Institute of Skill was established? So in which of the following cities, countries, first Indian Institute of Skills was established? So it is Mumbai. Next one, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other as reason. Assertion: the government faces a tough time tackling the bottleneck inflation. Yes, this is correct. So tackling the inflation is tough task. Reason: the situation is due to deficiencies existing in the economy, such as supply bottleneck. Yes, if there is a supply bottleneck and inefficient distribution, if there is a supply bottleneck and inefficient distribution, then supply eventually will hamper. So supply will be constrained. So when supply constrained or supply reduces, so inflation increases. Inflation increases. So here both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation. So A is our correct answer. Next one, with reference to the birth rate, which of the following statements are correct? Urbanization helps in reducing the birth rate. Yes, it is correct, because with urbanization what happens, the health services, so access to health services become easy. Health services, access to health services become easy. So that may help in reducing the birth rate. High literacy rate directly related to the low birth rate. So this is also related, or this is also correct. When there is a literacy, then there will be the control on the birth rate. So A and B both are correct here. Next one, which of the following newspapers won the Pulitzer Prize 2021? So we'll not go in this year. We'll see Pulitzer Prize in 2025 in fiction category. Percival Everett, he has got the Pulitzer Prize for his novel James. So this is a novel written by Percival Everett, and he won this Pulitzer Prize in the category of fiction. Now in the category of public service, so there are many, but yes, we'll remember this name, Kavita Suvarna. She got the Pulitzer Prize award of 2025 in the category of public service. Editorial writing, Raj Mankad. Raj Mankad, he got the prize in the category of editorial writing. There are many, but we will remember these names: Raj Mankad, Kavita Suvarna, and Percival Everett. Next one, which among the following is not a major factor of economic growth? Accumulation of capital and reform in technology. Yes, this is the factor of economic growth. Change in population. Yes, this also a factor of economic growth. Division in labor in specialized activities. Yes, this is also a factor of economic growth. Technocrats and bureaucrats. So this is something which is not directly related with the economic growth or as a factor of the economic growth. Technocrats and bureaucrats, while they helped in implementation, but are not considered as a major factors in economic growth. So option D is correct here. Next one, who originally propounded the theory of three stages of social development? So three stages of social development propounded by the Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte originally propounded the theory of three stages of social development. According to Comte, every branch of our knowledge passes successively through the different theoretical conditions, and this is known as law of three stages, and they are theological first is theological, then metaphysical, then positive stage. So the answer is Auguste Comte. Next one, who among the following was the chairman of the first Finance Commission of India? So it was K.C. Niyogi. So first Finance Commission was constituted in the year 1952. So it was for 1952 to 57 for 5 years. So this is something written in Article 280 of our Constitution. And the 16th Finance Commission, that is the current Finance Commission, and that is formed in 2023. So it will also go for 5 years. So it is for 2023 to 28, and the current chairman is Panagaria. Arvind Panagaria. Next one, with reference to the capital formation, which of the following statements is are correct? Process of capital formation depends on saving and effectiveness of financial institutions. This is correct. Next one, investment in the essential factor. Investment is the essential factor of the capital formation. Yes, investment, if you have the initial capital and if you invest, then only it will grows. So capital formation, investment is the essential factor in capital formation, and also saving and also the capital formation, that is also depends on the saving and effectiveness of the financial institution. So both are correct here. So C is our correct answer. Next one, Sensex is the popular index of Bombay Stock Exchange. It is measured on the basis of how many blue chip companies listed in BSE. So in BSE, that is Sensex, Bombay Stock Exchange, there are 30 companies. There are 30 companies. In Nifty, that is National Stock Exchange, there are 50 companies. There are 50 companies listed. So we remember Nifty 50 and Sensex 30. Next one, the primary duty of the Finance Commission of India is, so primary duty is to give the recommendation on the distribution of tax revenue between union and state. Yes, this is correct. So A is our answer. Next one, which of the following labor related acts have been amalgamated into the Code of Wages 2019? The Code of Wages 2019 is an act of Parliament of India that consolidates four labor laws related to wages and bonus payments. It aims to ensure minimum wages, timely payment of wages, and equal remuneration. This is for all workers in India, moving towards a unified framework that simplifies compliance and extends protection to all employees. So, what are four labor acts that are got amalgamated into this Code of Wages Act 2019? So, this is the Payment of Wages Act 1936, the Minimum Wages Act 1948, the Payment of Bonus Act 1965, the Equal Remuneration Act 1976. They are they all are codified into Code of Wages 2019. So here in the option, if we get that, so which option is correct? C is correct here. First, second, and fourth. First is minimum wages. Second is Payment of Bonus Act. Fourth is Equal Remuneration Act. So third is not Contract Labor Act, that is not mentioned anywhere. So first, second, and fourth are correct here. Next one, which among the following organizations releases the World Population Report 2021? So it is United Nations Population Fund, UNPF. UNPF. So UNPF releases the World Population Report, and the current population report 2025, the title is the fertility crisis. The fertility crisis. Next one, headline inflation refer to the change in the value of all goods on the basket. On which basis is the headline inflation measured? So headline inflation refers to the changes in the value of the all goods on the basket, and we have to see that on which basis is the headline inflation measured. So it is on the basis of consumer price index, or you can say combined consumer price index. The headline inflation is the total inflation in an economy. including all goods and services, particularly volatile items like food and energy prices, and these are measured by the consumer price index. So we have to remember this. The combined consumer price index is the basis on which headline inflation is measured. Next one, match list 1 with list 2 and we have to choose the correct answer. List 1 contain the scheme, list 2 contain the launch year. Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana. So this came in 2007. PM Atmanirbhar Swasth Bharat Yojana. PM Atmanirbhar Swasth Bharat Yojana. So this came into 2021. 2021. Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Jan Arogya Yojana came into 2018. Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, that came into 2016. So in this way our answer is C. C is correct here.